All right, so for my first slide, in the footwear industry, me, I wanted to be my own boss, and I feel like I've always wanted to be my own boss since I was younger. And now that I've actually gotten into shoes, and I see how footwear stores put their stores together, and how they bring people in there just to look at their products. To me, it's interesting. And when it comes to footwear, I'd like to be an owner. And honestly, I feel like I've always been an entrepreneur at heart because I've never wanted to rely on someone to always pay me salary, but I just never knew how to get to that point. And this is why I'm here in this class to sooner or later be able to own my own store and, pay myself, be my own paycheck. And for the design concept, I chose these shoes, the Jordan 12, the playoff 12s, and that's just because I personally I have these in my closet, and it's one of my favorites. Other than the flu game 12s that I've seen, these are one of my favorite pairs, and I just like the detail. These are the most current ones that came out, and honestly, the day that I was doing this class, I had these on feet. I had these on my feet. So why not? I went into my closet and just chose something that I liked. And I like the fact that I was after learning of how people design shoes. I started looking at details, and it's just how they can relate to relate to objects in real life, and how they put things together. And to me, that's just so interesting. And I've always been a Jordan fan, so I had to stick with it. And for my next slide, this is my core values of what I believe in, and for my store that someday will come to fruition. And me, I always like to be authentic. I like to provide authentic merchandise, and also don't want to be overpriced. I don't want to charge an arm and a leg just for just for someone to have a product that they really want. I've come from humble beginnings where I've had to wait for a pair of shoes, or I couldn't get a pair of shoes. So I'd like to be somewhere where I could make it more accessible for people to get, you know. And for my next slide, and for my marketing plan, as of right now, I try to market myself on Instagram, and the fact that I'm into sneakers a lot, and the fact that someday I do want to own my own store, and I also do a little bit of reselling myself. And to be honest with you, at least with everybody, I try to be the cheapest I could be with anybody. I try to find to be the best price where it's fair and I'm making money at the same time for the work that I do to get the pairs, and also to bring it to the customer, because sometimes I do deliver, but I don't charge them a fee for that unless we're trying to get a better deal for the sneakers. I need to make something. I need some gas money, but that's just beside the point. But yeah, I just believe in content marketing, making videos, pictures, everything. Putting outfits together for yourself and stuff like that. For my next slide, and for the retail marketing, I believe obviously again social media content. Hopefully, as I do social media content and go out there to shows and sneaker shows, I'll meet influencers from YouTube. Actually, myself, I've met some influencers off of YouTube, so I've already started doing that. And I really started seeing the other strategies that Nike, Adidas, and the Union. Union was one of my favorite places. I've never gone there, but I've seen the tour online. But I've seen their strategies. How some, Nike and Adidas, they connect partners with other retailers. They put their shoes in there, and so other people could see it. And also, I want my own brand, own store, obviously. So that someday, hopefully someday that would come. And then obviously my strategy number three is the digital online strategy, stories and deals and social media lives and videos and stuff like that, so people could see and they could connect with me and my brand. And for my last slide, I always wanted to include this one because community is a big thing for me. I remember as a kid, I was fortunate to be able to get a lot of things that I wanted as a kid, but I knew people that grew up around me that wasn't as lucky as me and accessible to things. So at days I would sometimes, my parents would buy me stuff, but I also was easy to give it away. And I understand, they worked really hard, but to me it just bothered me that they couldn't get it and I could. So sometimes, I would use a pair of shoes once or twice, and I would give it to a friend because they definitely wanted it, and it was still pretty new. So me, I'm all about how to help people. I'm all about me being me as a father. Also, it's just it's a little bit of pressure when kids go back to school, and I work hard, but it's just sometimes I don't have enough money to buy a pair of shoes that my daughter wants, and I also as a kid from a single mom that would try to buy clothes for all three, me and my brother and sister, all three of us, she struggled, and sometimes we weren't able to get some things that we wanted. So I would like to give a little help to moms and dads that are like that have that issue that may just need a little bit of relief, and that's just me. I'd rather help if I can, the best way I can. So that's my presentation and my store. I know you see the logo. It's O385, and that's basically it's a little bit of me and where I grew up. As you can see, the brick walls and then the face. So it's a long story short, but on the next time, I'd like to explain what my store is really all about and my core values. Well, I've said I did before, but a little bit more into it.